Okay, for number 29, we're going to utilize writing the equation of a line, which is going to involve y equals mx plus b. A little bit of an application here, basically kind of similar to the last one. They're saying, like, are these people correct? In this case, we have two people to consider. Maybe one of them's correct, maybe they're both wrong, maybe they're both correct. So we have to do some work here to justify this. The word justify here tells us we don't have to really explain anything in words. Our work alone kind of does that for us. So y equals mx plus b. These are two lines. So that's our general equation of a line. Let's start by finding the slope. So in other words, we're not even worrying about their answers. We're going to do it and see if we get the same thing as them. So starting with slope, delta y over delta x. Our change in y, we go from 4 to 1, and we go from -3 to 6. So the change, we went down 3, and we went up 9 for our x values, which is a slope of -1/3. So now that we know m, we're still missing our b value. At this stage, we can plug in either point for x and y. So I'm going to plug in 6, 1. So I'm going to replace 1 where y was, and I'm going to replace 6 where x was. That was a b, careful not a 6. So that's going to give me -2 plus b, or b equals 3, positive 3. So now putting it all together, our correct equation should be y equals -1/3 x plus 3. So since Kathy put that exact thing, we can say, therefore, Kathy is correct. And we still want to double check Sue. So Sue wrote that. And if we take Sue's and distribute, so I'm just going to show that we're doing her work over here for Sue. If we distribute that 1/3, we're going to get -1/3 x. 1/3 of 3 is 1, -1/3, so it should be -1. If I add the 4 over, you should notice this is equivalent. She just wrote it. She basically used point slope, if you're familiar with what that is. If not, it's not a big deal, because we could still show that she had the same equation. Hers looked a little bit different in the beginning. So we could say, therefore, not Kathy, but Sue was also correct. Sue and Kathy were both correct. They basically wrote the same thing that we came up with, but when we solved it correctly, using our algebraic skills of y equals mx plus b, finding the slope, and then plugging in to find b, the y-intercept. A few other ways you could have solved this. This was what I found to be the most direct way to answer number 29.